Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock. It's time for a Magic Rant. Now, this is where I talk about something that's happening in the industry that is kind of annoying me a little bit. And I'm going to be honest with you, these are only my opinions. Doesn't mean I'm right. But I do, I don't do the rants every single week on Magic TV anymore because I don't think it's needed. But occasionally I do, and this is one of those times. I saw something online on Facebook today which really annoyed the absolute hell out of me. What was it? It was people moaning and bitching about the price increase of the Blackpool Magic Convention. For those of you that don't know, the Blackpool Magic Convention prices, the main kind of price to come along to I think it's called the gold card registration, has gone up to, I think, I've got it written down actually, let me have a look. The gold card registration has gone up to £205. I think it was £150. It's gone up to £205, which is a £55 price increase. And the junior gold card is £175. VIP is at £260. And if you want a ticket to one of the gala shows, it's £40. A day rate is £70 or £55 for a junior. And if you want the gala show in there as well, it's £110 or £85. So many people, the day that the tickets went on sale, so many people have gone online and bitched and moaned. Oh my God, I cannot believe that Blackpool Magic Convention have put their prices up. £55 more for a gold card registration. That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not gonna go and get a ticket to Blackpool anymore. That's daylight robbery. What? And then some people were like, hey, I'm not going to go and get a ticket to Blackpool until I know what the lineup is. Because for that money, I need to make sure it's a really good lineup. I know that only Matt King has been announced yet, but I want to make sure it's a really good lineup. Let's just stop for a minute, okay? Let's just stop. First of all, the Blackpool Magic Convention have not put their prices up in years. I can't remember the last time the Blackpool Magic Convention put their prices up. It has been the same price for years. That's the first thing. Now let's talk about, I'm not going to talk about the VIP ticket because I've never had a VIP ticket. I know some people say it's not worth it. Other people say it is. I personally, based on what I've read, think it is, but I don't know. I've got no opinion on that. I can't really say because I've never had one myself. I can, however, very confidently talk about the gold card registration. And I want to tell you something right now. Even with a £55 price increase, the Blackpool Magic Convention price is ridiculously cheap. I remember saying to Russ Stevens a couple of years ago, why is the Blackpool Magic Convention price so cheap? Because you get so much. For the people that are going, oh my God, £205, £55 price increase, I'm never going to pay that. No way in a million years. I'm sorry, do these people ever go to the theatre? Do these people ever go to the theatre? Do these people ever go and watch a show? Because I've been to a show and I've been to, my wife Sarah took Thea to see Frozen in the West End in London a little while ago. And it cost an absolute fortune. It cost like a couple of £100 to go and watch that show. You have, at the Blackpool Magic Convention, when you get that gold card registration, you've got access to so many shows. There's gala shows every single night with the who's who on them. Like some of the best magicians and entertainers in the world come together one night at Blackpool. Find me anywhere else in the world where you can get a lineup like that, just the gala shows, for £205 or whatever it is. You're not going to find that anywhere. The level of talent that you have. Go and find out how much it costs to go and watch a show with this person, that person, the other person. It'll cost you an absolute fortune. To bitch and moan about that, just if it was £205 just for the 3 gala show tickets alone, it would be worthwhile. But then you've got all the other tickets as well. You got the stuff like last year it was the Richard Jones thing, and it was this thing, it was that thing. They always have multiple other shows that you can go and watch as well, both in the day and in the evening. And then you've got access to all of the lectures. Don't forget, when you go and see a lecture, it can easily cost £15-20, and that's people who aren't even at the level of the people that come and lecture at the Blackpool Magic Convention. You know, you've got. I've been privy to a couple of names that have been booked this year. It is incredible who they've got coming up in 2024. Then you've got the dealer hall, which, let's make no bones about it, is the biggest dealer hall in the entire world. You can go to Magic Live and go and find a dealer hall the size of this. You can literally get every single magic shop under the sun in that one room, and you've got access to all of it, and you've got access to all of those deals for the whole 3 days or whatever it is. Then on top of that, you've got the lectures, then you've got all of the other stuff going on, like the Bear Pit and the international close-up performances and all of this stuff. The price at £205 is ridiculously cheap. It's ridiculously cheap. The cost of living has gone up. The prices of everything has gone up. I have stood backstage and seen how many people are involved in the gala shows putting them on. I know how much the Blackpool Magic Convention team spend on the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I know how much they spend on bringing the acts in and all of the equipment in to be able to see the amazing acts that take place every single year. We're talking tens to hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's not like they make a massive profit and it's like this Scrooge McDuck thing where at the end of every Blackpool Magic Convention all of the committee jump into a giant swimming pool and they swim around in money. That doesn't happen. Right? Every single penny gets ploughed back into the convention. And trust me, maybe a couple of committee members will have a wage, but the amount of effort and time that they put into running this thing, it's not worth the amount they get paid. I'm telling you right now, because I know how much effort people like Guy Barrett and Russ Brown and Russ Stevens put in. And then the rest of the Blackpool Magic team as well. They all put so much effort in just to make this the best convention and to up themselves every single year. And the amount that they spend is insane. And for people to turn around and go, well, I'm not paying £205, that's daylight robbery. Fine, don't go. But don't bitch about it because, frankly, it's been too cheap for a very long time. The irony of this is the people, or a lot of the people that I saw talking about this, who are bitching and moaning about the price, they're the same people that go online and moan about entertainers that go out and don't charge enough for going and doing close-up jobs. You know what I mean? It's like you say one thing but when it's happening to you, it's a completely different thing. The simple solution is don't go to Blackpool. If you think it's too much money, which by the way, it's not, but if you think it's too much money, then don't go. As far as I'm concerned, £205 for an entire weekend, for the auction on the Thursday, for the Friday, for the Saturday, for the Sunday, for all the gala shows, for access to the dealer hall, for access to the lectures, the international close-up, and everything else they've got going on, and getting a chance to see all of your heroes in magic up close and personal, that is worth more than £205 and then some. And then I see people saying, well, you know what? It's not just about the gala show. It's not just about the price of the ticket. It's also the cost of coming to Blackpool and actually spending a few days there, travelling to Blackpool and then staying in the accommodation and buying the drinks and everything. Are you insane? The people that say that, are you insane? First of all, Blackpool in February is one of the cheapest places that you can go and find, period. You can get a B&B for like 20 quid if you look hard enough. If you want to do this on the cheap, you can absolutely do it on the cheap. You can spend no money. You can go and buy water in the Ruskin if you want to go down to the Ruskin and just get tap water. You can go and get yourself sandwiches from Greggs for like £1 every single day. Not spend any money in the dealer hall. Not spend any money anywhere else. You can spend 150 quid and you can go away to Blackpool for the whole weekend. If you're spending a fortune on beer and food and you're going and spending 100 quid in Nando's and then you're spending a fortune on beer every single night, well, that's on you. That's on you. The bottom line is, I went to the Session Magic Convention. Now, don't get me wrong, I had a great time at the Session Magic Convention, but that fucking Radisson Red, that's expensive. I went and got a drink for Sarah, a drink for me, a drink for Rylan, a drink for Thea, and I paid about 30 quid. For 30 quid, I can go and get pissed in the Ruskin one night if I wanted to. It cost a fortune for me, and that's not even taking into consideration how much the bloody hotel was. You know, and the session convention isn't cheap. It runs for the same amount of time. They've got nowhere near as much on as the Blackpool convention does. It's not cheap. It's probably around about the same price. But then when you factor in how much it costs to go to London, how much it costs to be in the hotel, how much it costs to spend money in the hotel on the food and the astronomical prices. I went and bought lunch in the bar for my family and I paid 80 quid. I could feed my whole family for 2 days in Blackpool for that amount. Now, I'm not dissing the session convention. It's an amazing convention, and I will go again next year. But to say, oh, it's the cost, you can do it really cheaply. I can't think of a cheaper place to go and stay than Blackpool in February. Because they're looking for deals. The B&Bs are looking for deals. You can find a Greggs on every single corner. You can find a Poundland on every single corner. It is a cheap place to go and stay. It really is. The beer is cheap. In the Ruskin, in the House of Secrets, in any bar, the beer's cheap. So for people that are saying, well, it's the cost of... Have you been to another Magic convention? I went to the IBM convention in Eastbourne, and it cost me a fortune. I'm going again. I really enjoyed it, but don't get me wrong, it cost an absolute fortune. It cost an arm and a leg with everything that I had to pay. Blackpool is the cheapest place I actually go and stay. And for the people that are saying it's too much money, has anybody ever been to Magic Live? Now, I love Magic Live, don't get me wrong, but Magic Live costs more than Blackpool. You don't get anywhere near as much at Magic Live as you do at Blackpool. The dealer hall is about a quarter of the size of the Blackpool Magic Convention. And do you want to talk about costs? Go and spend a few days in Las Vegas and then find out how much it costs. That's when you're spending a ton of money to go away, when you're going to Las Vegas. And you spend it, you're buying a hotel or you're staying in a hotel in the Old Orleans. And that's when it becomes really, 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 really expensive, right? And that's way more expensive than Blackpool. Blackpool is incredibly cheap. And you know what? If I was the organisers of the Blackpool Magic Convention, I would just be banging my head against a brick wall over and over and over again until I passed out. Why? Because it's a completely loveless, it's a thankless situation that they find themselves in. I know how hard they work. I know how hard they work to try to make sure that the convention is the best it can be. Every year they one-up themselves. Every year they make it better than they did the year before. And it's a difficult, thankless task because if it goes right and it's perfect, you might get the odd person posting on Facebook going, that was really, really good. But the first time something goes wrong, they will bitch and they will moan and they will moan and they will bitch over and over and over again. It'll happen over and over again. The compare at the gala show this year, the amount of people that were bitching about the compare, my God, the amount of people that were bitching about the compare. A couple of years ago, when the queues were really big outside, everybody moaned and bitched about the queues outside, even though you could have got there a day before if you wanted to. When I get there on a Wednesday, when registration is open, by the way, you can just walk in. It's absolutely fine. There's no queue. The point is, I would never in a million years be able to organise that convention because there is just so much negativity when the team behind the scenes work so hard to make this incredible convention happen. They work their arses off and all people do is moan and bitch and complain about one thing or another. And right now, people are moaning and bitching and complaining about the price of the ticket going up. Well, I still think it's too cheap. I still think it's too cheap because the cost of living has gone massively up. The costs of everything associated with the Blackpool Magic Convention has gone up. We all know this. Everybody knows this. We're in a cost of living crisis. if they don't put the money up, if they don't put the price of the convention up, and as I say, I don't think it's gone up enough, but if they don't put the cost of the convention up, then what's going to happen is they're not going to be able to deliver on everything that they want to deliver with the convention. And then people will bitch and moan, oh, it wasn't as good as last year, they didn't get the level of that. Well, no, that's because you didn't want to pay the price that they charged. So the simple, and regarding, oh, I'm not going to go and buy a ticket until I know what the lineup is. Are you having a laugh? When was the last year that Blackpool delivered a crap lineup? It never happens. They've always got an incredible lineup every single year. Yeah, there's going to be people that you might not want to see. There's going to be people that you do want to see. But normally the biggest problem at Blackpool is there's people that you want to see and they're on at the same time, and you have to pick and choose because you can't see everybody. At no point ever has somebody gone to Blackpool and gone, you know what, every single artist at this convention has been absolutely diabolically shit. That's never happened. You don't want to know what the lineup. Magic Live never announced dick. They don't announce anything. You just turn up and you hope it's going to be a good convention, and you hope that there's going to be people on there that you want to see, and you figure that there probably is, but you don't know for sure because they never announce anything. So, you know, the simple solution, I had to make this video because I felt sorry for the convention organisers. And I know people are going to say, well, Craig's friends with Russ Stevens and Russ Pratt. Yes, I am. But I am. And it's because I see how hard they work that it's driven me to make this video. Because it's a simple solution. If you don't like something, if you think it's too expensive, then simply don't do it. It's like the people that leave Facebook and a Facebook group, and they make a big deal. They go, I'm leaving this Facebook group. I don't need this anymore. Goodbye. If you want to leave, just fuck off. Just go. Don't announce to the world, you drama queen, that you're wanting to leave. Just fucking fuck off. It's the same thing with this. If you don't want to spend money on it, fine. Don't bitch and moan about it online. Just don't buy a fucking ticket and leave it to everybody else who wants to buy a ticket to go and buy one. And then we'll all go and have a good time, and you can stay at home counting your pennies. And this is not me belittling people who are going through a cost of living crisis. We all are. But that's why Blackpool have every right to put the money up. Because if they don't, they're not going to be able to deliver on the quality that we expect, and the quality that we expect every single year. The costs are going up for them, and they need to, and they should have put it up years ago. For the price, even now at £205, the price is incredibly cheap for everything that we get. If you don't want to go, don't go. Don't bitch and moan about it online, because the bottom line is it doesn't help, and it's just annoying for the convention organisers. And I'm not speaking on behalf of the convention organisers, but I'm speaking as somebody who, if I was a convention organiser, I would be literally pulling my hair out at this point. That's all I've got to say about that. You don't want to go, don't go. You want to go, go. As far as I'm concerned, Blackpool is amazing, and I am absolutely super excited about 2024, and I will buy my ticket 100%, not just for me, but for Ryland and Thea and Sarah as well, because we have an amazing time when we go there, and it's the best value in magic as far as I'm concerned. So there you go, guys. That's another magic rant in the bag. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You want to see more videos like this? Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to join the Netrix, please do so. It's www.thenetrix.com. That's www.thenetrix.com. And you can go check out my online store by going to www.magictv.org. I will be back again soon. Thank you once again for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.